Just still doing some posts to let people know I'm live. I forgot to change the category. We're in software development. Let's see, is there like a chat? Because this chat box will have like admin stuff in it, but I want a chat box that I can just like show on stream without it being too noisy, you know? Maybe OBS has something? Docs. Chat. Oops. So if I pop out this chat and put it here, I guess I'll see what happens. If it doesn't work out, we'll change it as usual. I guess I see other streamers, they have this chat like overlaid on their stream. It's not like showing like this. So that'll leave out like, you know, I want to show chat, but not show the admin port. Okay, so let's talk about what we're working on today. So this is my mono repo for the app. Got all sorts of stuff in here. The kitchen is the portion that creates the feed and stores it in Redis. So when the feed is requested, there's basically zero processing to do, which makes my app so fast. But it is time for a rewrite of that, and that's what this kitchen CLI is supposed to be. Because this has gotten a little unwieldy with all the stuff that it's trying to do. And I'm also switching to, I guess, async await. Some might say this rewrite. Some might say rewrites are never the right thing. Always do something incremental. But I guess I wanted to start with how I'm going to use it to prove that this was a good approach. Because I guess that's my big problem with the original backend part, is that, yeah, I guess I do have a bunch of stuff in here, but the interface to access it all is a little weird. So now I'm second guessing my approach live. Is a full rewrite really the right thing? Should I just keep going with this? Should I try to, now that I know that this is the approach that I want, try to conform the original part into something that I would want to use? I guess I was planning on continuing with the rewrite today, so maybe I should just do that, just trust myself. I guess I really want success. And if I bite off too much, then I might not have success because it'll just linger. Like this rewrite has been lingering for a while. I keep finding other important things to do, which is fine. It's right to switch to something more important when it comes up. But how can I ensure that this will happen? Well, I'm so glad that you're here. Let's see. I guess I don't remember where I left off. Let's see. What happens when I do Command U? Build failed. Okay. Cannot find sample manager. So where is the sample manager? I want to turn the music up in my headphones to make me talk louder. There we go. But is that going to be too loud on out there for you all? Cannot find sample manager. Okay, so this is, I guess, something to get samples with. I guess they're in this directory. So there they are. And so I have this idea of a single sample and a group sample. So what is this sample manager trying to do? It's trying to store stuff in the samples. Let's see. Let's Command Shift F for this. It's only used here, so I must have sketched something out as a note for where to pick back up. Fetch and store as a sample. That makes sense. Maybe I intended to move all this into into this thing. Because what am I doing here? So I'm fetching the feed for all the feeds in self, the external data sources, fetch it, log something, validate that it's valid. I don't want to store crappy data as a sample. Create a path for it. Yeah, I bet. Yeah, I bet this is like a fetch and store situation. So there's fetch, validate, and then create the path, and then write. And that's, I guess, for each thing in a loop. Should I go forward with this approach, or is this clean enough? I mean, it's not exactly it's not exactly clear what's happening. I see why I was trying to extract something out, right? Yeah, this is for loading. Yeah, I wonder if these should also handle storing a group of samples. I'm talking quietly again. Yeah, I guess when my confidence is a little bit lower, I talk a little bit softer. And I'm kind of in exploratory mode right now, because I am trying to pick up where I left off. Let's see. So what would look good, I guess? So if we have the sample dir and a formatter, we might want to say this is definitely a group. So we might want to say something uh, like pass in the array of feeds, pass in the samples dir, or that should probably live in the sample manager, wherever this is going to be. See, does this have this just goes into the samples folder. This is going all the way from the top. So that's kind of interesting. I mean, I guess it's not reading from the bundle, right? It's writing to the file system. So it can't, yeah, it needs to be kind of a relative path from the relative root. Maybe we'll call this like a sample writer. And in here we'll have probably the root. And we can copy that from here. And then file path, that's in system, right? Yeah, there we go. Cannot find sample writer. Oh, because this is, I see. This is all test stuff. This is in the test section. Okay. So if we move this, yeah, this has got to be up by the other feed actions, I suppose. Folder name gets passed in. Who is using this? Fetch one, fetch group. Yeah, it would be nice to perhaps pass in the folder name. and because it can create the path name itself. And then what is feed? Feed is an external data source. Yeah, we can pass it the date provider. Maybe call this sample root dir. Path was never used. Well, path for all that stuff, really. Yeah, so maybe they should all be different instances for each one, like each manage a request. What happened to the music? Oh, there he goes. Yeah, each one can be managed by an object, and perhaps even removing this function call. I guess I see what I'm doing here. Like I have an array, and I'm just like, hop to it, you handle it. Yeah, I don't know if I need this. Like I could move all this over, but I'm not sure if I need to. And what is path here? Path is a file path. We could do something like this to make it just a little bit more readable. I'm getting that feeling of going in circles, though. I'm not necessarily following a recipe. I'm kind of tasting a few different approaches and seeing which one resonates the most. And so far, none have really caught my attention. Like, I don't like this big block of code, but it's 20 lines. It's just like, this is definitely extractable. Yeah, I guess I want at least the inside to be a function. So I have feed.fetch. This takes an URL session and makes the request. And I believe that gets called from, yeah, this is feed.fetch is in here. So maybe I want like a feed.write or something. Yeah, I don't think I want an object. Let's delete this. So that would be, so what I guess what I'm trying to say is we fetch the data and then we'll say feed.write data to path. And all this kind of goes into this feed.write path. Maybe just write sample instead of write as sample. Maybe that would feel better. So let's define this function. And we'll have a bunch more in here too. What does the path name? The path needs this possible folder name. But that's it. I think. So got to import logging. Although this should be outside. Yeah, we want to validate beforehand. Okay, yeah, we'll use the same retrieved at. And yeah, we'll need to pass in the logger, I suppose. No, the logger can stay out here as sort of these are kind of the coordinating actions, and these are the kind of the atomic actions. Yeah, that makes sense. So we can say, yeah, retrieved, and this would be feed. Retrieved at. And we already know what the formatter is going to be. Import system for file path. Cannot find folder name. Oh, right, we need that one. Oh, we're getting a spam in the chat. Okay. Is this actually still an error? Cannot find retrieved at in scope. It's, oh, retrieved. Okay. Something like that. And then we can say we wrote at the end. Yeah, so then all this goes away. Yeah, because we have this message up there already. We're validating already. We're computing the path to write and writing already. We're writing the path. Maybe we can get away with that. No, it is nice to see. So maybe this should return the path name that it wrote to. And what is path? Path is a file path? Yeah. I hate the spammers so much because I get so excited to see someone chatting and then it's just like buy viewers. I'm like, no, I don't want to buy viewers. I'm here to meet people. Just hanging out, meeting some folks. Okay, that looks pretty good. That looks a lot more digestible. Yes, we kind of split that into two. And this is kind of computing the path and doing the writing. We'll see. We'll see how that goes. Okay, so now if I say Command U to run all the tests, what happens? Formatter was never used. Oh, that's true. These are no longer in use. I guess this is serial. Like we could try to do this concurrently. Could. Now let's use tower. 10.3, sure. Then while that loads, here we go. Extract write feed as sample. So these are all passing all these tests. Oh, this test is empty though. Okay. Is this the next test to write? Yes, this is parsing from that one sample. So if I was going to write a test that the whole feed transform works, how would I do that? Let's see. So I guess I have some subcommands. I think I'm testing this command. What's this one do? It attaches to Redis. It accumulates the service alerts, the arrivals, everything else. Creates the feed, and then stores it back into the API side. Yeah, because I used 2 separate Redises in prod. And of course, the JSON version for the web. Hey, how's it going, BitSpectre? Good to see you. I got very cloudy skies here in New York City with the rain. It's been raining for a couple days now. Tired AF. How are you, lol? I'm feeling pretty good, I'm not gonna lie. I'm feeling pretty good. Working on the backend code for my Subway app, doing a little bit of a rewrite. Really hoping to finish this part of the rewrite up soon because there's so many other features we want to get to, of course, naturally. And part of it is kind of remembering what I did so far and what I haven't. I think this is where I left off. I have an empty test for testing the actual full transform. Although perhaps I also need a test for the service alerts, which I suppose we could test. Yeah, we have a test for parsing the arrivals, a test for parsing the closed stations, which is a separate feed, and of course a separate feed for the elevator and escalator alerts. And we have the whole feed putting everything together, and I guess the service alert transform. Which I suppose is part of this one. Because I guess this is the main command that's going to create the feed. It's going to get sort of the raw data out of Redis, accumulate, process, etc., create the feed, and then write it back out to Redis. So a successful test. I don't know if I need to mock these parts out. Yeah, I shouldn't need to. I should be able to just pass in data. I guess that's the goal. And that was pretty difficult in the older version of this code, which is, one of the motivations for this rewrite. So no way to it but to do it, I guess. Start writing some code. I mean, it's going to look pretty similar to this test, right? Well, I guess we could take a full sample of the whole system and use that. So I guess we kind of just wrote that. So let's see. So let's cd over there. If I say Swift run, is it going to list for me the targets that I can run? What's it going to do? I only have one executable target, so it's going to run that. And that will tell me what I can run. Just compiling as fast as we can. What are all these warnings all about? Yeah, so I guess to run a subcommand, you still have to say swift run kitchen CLI fetch, and then I think I can say dash help, and that'll, yeah. So then what happens? Oh, I need a comma here. Of course. I guess even just a period is fine. Yeah, this is one of the nice things about this read write that I like, is that using Swift argument parser, I can like remind myself how to use this without having to copy paste stuff. Yeah, so I guess to show it one more time, value alerts is invalid for action. Oh, action and then group. So I guess alerts. Specify a key for the feed. Ooh, I thought I had this. Let's see. I don't want to. I don't want to show any keys. Yeah, there it is. Okay, so it's where I expected it to be. It's fine. So I think I can say op run. What happens when I do this? Op run dash dash env file. Oh, come on, autocomplete. Kitchen.env, and then I say all that stuff I wrote up above. Yeah, this op run thing is awesome. It's just as like, that's just so much stuff to write out just to get the key. You're currently not signed in. How do I sign in? OP sign in. It's meant to be executed by your terminal. Run eval OP sign in. Okay, why don't you just say that to start? Enter the password. What's my password? Let's see. Let's let's hide this screen 1 second. Hiding the screen. Oh, you got it right. That is my password. do. Okay, so now if I run this command in here, no such file or directory. Oh, of course. Oh man, I love this song so much. Okay, just want to make sure it doesn't like print out a password or something. Folder doesn't exist. Okay. I think I'm okay to share my screen again. Folder doesn't exist, so I guess I'll have to create this folder. And where is this error? I bet it's happening in here when I try to write the sample. Although the error doesn't exactly line up. It says the folder GTFS service alerts doesn't exist. I wasn't exactly expecting that. Action to take. So the label is group.rawValue. Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess this one, this one doesn't seem to match what I was expecting. I guess this one has the dates in it, which is pretty cool. But this doesn't. So I guess I'll have to say path.like create directories or something. And how do we do that? Yeah, I don't remember either. This file path thing is like newish. Well, let's see what the Googles have to say. File path, Swift. How can we create directories from this thing? So there's the components. Or I guess when we make it an URL, the URL might have something on it. URL.create. Because I guess the only place that I know has it is File Manager, create directory at URL with intermediate. So this would have to like remove the last component. So perhaps this is going to be, I guess, file URL, and we'll also have like the directory URL. So if we say path dot remove last remove in last component, folder URL, I guess. Something like that. Let's try it out. And here it is. And this is, oh yeah, I guess it's, I wrote GFTS. Oh my goodness. Team, what's you doing? GTFS is the, is the file format. So Command F, GFTS, I guess. Oh, I did it for this one. Okay. Yeah, you can see all these URLs have GTFS in them. That's the correct one. Okay, so if I just run it again, what happens? Cool, we'll delete this one. Okay, so we have a sample of the alerts. We have a sample of the escalator and elevator alerts, which is a separate feed. I guess we should get one of the arrivals. Again, we're kind of moving towards writing a test that shows that the entire feed is created from these. Although this is freaking old, 2021. Maybe it's time to get a new one. So if I leave that off, what happens? Cool. So I can say arrivals. Bonita. And the last one was Yanni. Unexpected status code of 403 forbidden. That is unexpected, isn't it? Do I have alerts in the app right now? Is this like a bigger problem? Yeah, we have alerts right now. There's some elevators out at Penn Station. So, okay, so it's something's working. I guess something is also not working. What is it? We could try running it again. Still getting 403. But we're somehow not getting 403 in production. Let me check the admin app. Feed. Yep, we are getting alerts. Yeah, the last time we fetched this feed in prod was, you know, this very minute. So this is something only broken locally, not in prod. So that's a good start. So how do we fix it? Well, okay, I guess that's one difference, is that this is the rewrite, and the old version, or I guess the current version, is still running live. So I guess I could confirm these URLs. Let's just search for that in Nova. Does this match up? Let's see, one way we can do that is we copy it and then we paste it and see that there's no change. There's no change. Okay. So maybe I'm not passing the key in. Oh, yeah, look at that. These are not passing the key in. So I guess after the group, I say key, MTA key, key must proceed. Sure. Cool. And so that should, yeah, so, so I've been able to make a configuration for each one of these things. And I think that's pretty cool. So let's try running it again. There we go. No 403 because we passed in the key. And then I suppose one negative thing about this approach is that it's going to have a folder for like each one. So if I have like a lot of samples, this is really going to fill up. It's going to be a lot of noise. I think that's okay for now. It's going to be hard to predict what the future looks like. Like maybe this is all the samples that I need. I usually only take a new sample when I notice that the feed isn't parsing anymore. And that hasn't happened in a while. The feed has been pretty stable recently, actually, which has been nice. When I first started making the app, there was, I guess, also because learning their quirks, and perhaps they were learning their own quirks at the time too. It wasn't really as stable, I guess, as it has been. So what's the difference between these two? This one, oh, the Earl is a string. I see. Yeah, maybe I shouldn't make this default to nil. Because I guess explicitly saying that I'm not passing in a key is kind of good for a configuration like this. And let's see what our build errors are. Internal inconsistency error. Wow, what does that mean? Build succeeded. Okay. I guess we're okay. So we can say fetched new samples of the raw MTA feed. And let's see. So then coming back to here, I mean, this is our kind of goal for right now, is to write this test. Let's see. So how would this look like? So again, this is kind of the external input for where it comes from. We're getting stuff out of Redis and accumulating it and then putting it all together into the feed and then storing that. So where do I want to cut this test? I feel like a lot of programming is like butchering, or like how you're going to cut up a vegetable. Like it's a different bite if you cut it small versus cut bigger chunks. Like if you're cooking something for noodles, you want to cut your vegetables long and thin. If you're cutting vegetables for rice, you want kind of smaller chunks. It's like, where do I want to cut for this bit? I think it's going to be like copy paste and then figure out where I want to pull things out. So before I do that, what's our status? Okay, well, we're clean. Let's just start by doing like a full copy. I guess the first thing we'll need a date provider, and we'll make a fake one. Cannot find in scope. And what is the date right now? Now, is that millis or is that reference? Kind of AFK a bit. Cool, cool. Yeah, so I guess these need to come from a sample. So let's see. I guess starting at the top here. How are these things built? So it can accumulate from. Oh, can accumulate from data. Yeah, which gets called, from here. So I have a group sample, the name of, so this is alerts. So alerts 2024.01.28 minus 15.09. And then what does this thing do? So I can load the file, and the file is going to be GTFS service alerts. Call can throw, sure can. I guess this isn't test empty anymore. And what does this return? This returns a data. Can I pass the data into here? Yeah, I can return a retrieved at date and an alerts. Kind of wish it was data though. Yeah, just minute prior. So we retrieved it a little bit ago. Oh, this is alerts data. Maybe we can make this async. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, can we just call this data? And there should be a few more errors. Okay, and the rest of them are just in here. So we'll kind of do the same thing. And so that is going to be this. And then what? So this needs a feed ID along with the data and a retrieved at. Okay, a little bit more complicated. And yeah, I guess that matches. Yeah, there's going to be a bunch more files. And we'll pass those in as we load them. This is going to get a little unwieldy though. Well, let's write it out and then we can unwield it. So the first feed has like 7 of the trains in it, and the rest of them only have a few. Yeah, sure. So we're going to have to write this for like each one of these. There's got to be a better way. Yeah, this one dies. Because this kind of goes here, I guess. But then is that like too overwhelming? Because there's a few of these. Yeah, we kind of want this arrival sample to kind of do these calls for us in a way. No, this kind of just loads it. So that's service alerts. This is yeah, this is going to get really long if we don't clean this up. I'm trying to think ahead here. Because this name is obviously the raw value of this here. And this is kind of the group name here. I guess kind of what I want to do is say like arrival sample dot accumulate into this thing. And that will call all of these. Or even, I guess the arrivals accumulator could know itself how to, because it knows how to get stuff out of Redis. It could get stuff out of a oh, because this is only here for testing. I guess I could add this as like a test extension. Actually, because I do like running this stuff, just like as a, what's the word called? A sanity check. Yeah, maybe these kind of come through to kind of the production side. Bundle has no member module. Is that so? Well, how did that work before? Oh, because we copied the samples. Ooh. Oh. Right. So because we have resources copied in, that bundle.module gets generated for us. This doesn't have the samples built in, so it doesn't. So I wonder if I should take the samples out of the bundled resources or leave them in. I guess I don't want them shipped to production, but I still want to talk about them. uh, yeah, when running from the command line, when running tests. Yeah, maybe they don't go in here. Maybe they just go into like a samples folder. Oh, darn. It just, I mean, having the samples built into the binary is so convenient, but also that's not what I want for production. So we adjust. We adjust. Yeah, because the old style had samples over here too. Is there a reason to ever put them in the binary? I don't think so. I mean, it's nice for knowing like exactly where they where the samples are. Let's see, can we do this using file path? Something like that. And yeah, we're not doing this extension thing. And the same thing over here, honestly. So no extension. I don't remember why. I mean, I kind of do, because you can ask for something like this. But I'm not using that, so I don't think I need it anymore. Import system. Oh, and these are, okay. Don't need both of those. Yeah, this still has some problems. I guess we can comment these out for now. And what happens when we hit Command U to try to run everything? Okay, so this didn't work. What was the error? Just kind of failed. Let's see, what happens if we run it in isolation? Test failed. Any further information, though? Couldn't be opened because there is no such file. Oh, because it's looking in derived data. Oh, God. Use custom working directory. Let's try that. I forget what the actual answer is. I know there's some variable we can put there. Let's see. Xcode custom working directory. Projector. Okay, let's try that. Still no? Because there is no such file. It's still looking in derived data. Not in... Oh, I guess this is only in run. Do I need something different for here? Okay, let's just set it explicitly, I guess. Oh, okay. So setting it explicitly worked. Trying to use a variable did not. But I want a variable. I don't... I don't want to like hard code that in. Alas. Because here they use it. Edit scheme, run, options, working directory, source root, not project root. Okay, I am down to try anything as long as it's a variable. Command U. Test failed. Maybe without the parens. Test failed. Yeah, it's still looking at derived data. Okay, well, I don't want to spend a whole ton of time on that. I guess I will leave it hard-coded. Because see, it's a shared scheme, so doesn't feel good. That's what I wrote, right? Source root. Xcode custom, let's just say working directory source root. See, this is source root. The other one was source root, aka. Don't ask questions in comments. Oh, good Lord. Just. Well, I guess the project dir is who knows where. Maybe that is in the derived data. What about for like SPM? You can set your path like this. But what about for shared stuff? By default, yeah. So this is a good explanation. This folder's not the same as your project root folder. To fix this, set a custom working directory, edit scheme, and it says write the full path. I mean, that's the only one that worked. None of these variables did. So I guess that's what we are doing. I mean, I guess the Xcode project isn't checked in, so I guess it doesn't matter too much. But it is a little disappointing. All right, because there's only one feed. Okay, so I guess it can't exactly be generalized. No async operations. Why was the other one async then? Yeah, this one says this one's async. Why is this one async and the other one not? Because these are async, right? This bit right here, self.service alerts? Or does that happen for free? I guess that's something that I don't exactly know about how actors work. Okay, but I like this direction though. So now instead of like writing all that out by hand, we can say, here's our accumulator, here's our sample. You two go have a good time. Yeah, that feels so much better. And we don't need this string just stringing around. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, now we don't need any of that. I do gotta say, I do like the second version of this stuff. Samples. You know, let's do the one from today. 2024.01.2028 minus 15.14. Then how are those handled? Oh, they're retrieved asynchronously. Yeah, the alerts and the arrivals are the only things that are processed kind of live. And actually, I do want these samples, not the samples, the alerts to be processed in the same way as the E&E alerts, because they're kind of big and heavy, and they're not as time sensitive as the arrivals. Like that's the only time sensitive thing. Everything else can be off by like a minute or 3, and it's totally fine. So we can say this is empty for now. Cannot find underway feed and scope. Well, why didn't you say so earlier? I mean, what are we doing here? This is a struct, like, guess we can assert on the timestamp. Cannot find Xcode test assert equals. What is it called then? Assert? Oh, assert equal. Okay. So expecting this to fail, I'm just gonna copy paste the thing in there. Oh, we got a failure earlier. Well, what the happened? Compile dev. Good afternoon, all. A happy Sunday to all, and to you too. Thanks so much for stopping on, Ian. I am working on the back end for my Subway app. I'm doing a rewrite now with all the things I've learned over the past 8 or so years. And also new features like async await. Before we were doing all kinds of event loop futures. Oh, thanks so much. Compile Dev says, just published your podcast episode to Compile Swift site. Right on. Yeah, that was a ton of fun. I haven't gotten a chance to listen to it yet. I saw you cut it down to half an hour. That's some quality editing. Cannot be opened because there is no such file. Really? Because I think I saw that file there. Oh, I see. Slightly wrong name. There we go. Now let's try it. 10CCI said, did you see the new Swift testing framework? Not yet. Compile Dev says, no pressure, but 400 listens so far. So you're 400 plus more famous. Yes! You found my evil plan to accumulate fame. I guess fame by itself isn't necessarily evil. I guess it's what you do with it. Like most other things. You can use a hammer to build a house. You can use a knife to chop food, to chop vegetables for a delicious stew. Or, of course, something less helpful. Well, that's good to know. 400 people. Cool. So I guess we can also do the empty side here. Yeah, it's only been up 3 days. Cool. I'm not quite sure the point of this empty test, just it seems like a good idea. I guess we can assert the size of all these things are 0. Or count, as we say in Swift. I guess my Java is showing a little bit. We got service alerts up there. So arrivals, trains. Tenchi C, what's the new test framework that you're talking about? Must be unwrapped. Is that so? I really have it nullable here? I feel like I should make it to be just the empty set instead of nil. Let's see if that breaks anything. Build, build succeeded, okay. Tensi says, a new package from Apple to write tests. That does sound helpful. I saw a preview of it a few months back. Are you saying that it's out and about? Yeah, that's a great question. Compile Dev asks, what's the name of the package? Oh, it's still in development. Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess we'll Google for it another time then. I linked it. Oh, I didn't see a link. It must have gotten modded. People post robots. I guess we'll call them robots. Post all kinds of links in the chat. So yeah, see, it comes out as 3 stars. Dang you, magic robots. They come like every stream. I get like 1 or 2. Trying to sell me their viewer. Bruce Leaf says, hey, just saying hi on a date with the spouse. Hope you are all having a great day. Good to see you, dude. Thanks for stopping in. And I hope you have a lovely date. Yeah, we had a nice walk in the rain earlier, me and spouse B. It's been raining for like 5 days straight. So did a little walk around the neighborhood. Tensi says, but you should see it as a broadcaster. No, the links just get completely blocked out by 3 asterisks. Oh, one cool thing while with Bruce Leaf, his framework that he's been working on is called App State, and over the weekend, no, not Appalachian State. How do I find this? Here we go. Yeah, over the weekend, we updated Haptic Studio to get free iCloud sync using App State. It only took like an hour and a half on stream, so that's plus screwing around, knackering off on stream. So I'd say that's pretty quick to get iCloud sync. So that was, I still don't know how to express how impressed I am. That was pretty cool. Swift testing. Okay, let's take a quick peek. Oh, we have @test, just like in just like in Java. Swift testing is a modern open source testing library for Swift with powerful and expressive capabilities. Expect. Hashtag expect. Interesting. Under active ongoing development. Oh, it still has some C++ in here. That's funny. Swift 5.11. Is 5.10 even out? Because I'm on 5.9. What tag are we at? 0.3. So still a ways away. Vision. Approachability, expressivity, flexibility. Yeah, I'll probably switch to this once it comes out. But it is not yet out. So back to here. Thanks for bringing that up again, by the way. It is nice to keep an eye out on that project. Because like I said, I most likely will be swapping to it once it's ready. And I guess this real one we should assert on what counts come through. $29. Sure, I believe it. 8131. Yeah, the other motivation for a rewrite of the backend is that there's new features I want to write that are kind of hard to write in the old event loop future style. And also using Swift argument parser means it's so much easier to run on the command line without memorizing how to run something. Okay, so we have arrivals parsing tests. We should probably have a service alert parsing test. Let's see, what should we call this first one? What should we call it here? We don't really call it anything special. But we're definitely going to use the same this bit here, the same sample. I guess the problem with using dots in my name is I can't just copy this in and say this is the test using this sample. This is my favorite date format, though. I don't know about the dash, but having dots in between just looks so much nicer. I use that for all my video file names. See, this is just not pretty to look at. At testable import. What are we importing? Yep. I'll drag this thing over. Oops. Copy. And I think that means we need foundation util. And then we can add async throws to the top here. And instead of just asserting on accounts, we're going to want to assert on perhaps some more interesting things. I guess let's get them out of the async context. And then do some asserts. What did we say there was? Like 29. Just make sure that everything's working. Oh, that needs a try probably. And yeah, we'll just walk through all the fields on this thing. Title. Oh, I don't want to do an array right now. What else is on here? Is there a subtitle? Well, that better be true. Conflicting generic parameter t. Oh, I see. Okay, let's see how far this gets us. Yep, always delays. 32 is not equal to 3. And then here's the title. Which has HTML on it. And I bet that's still an active alert. I can check it in the app. What is this? 4.6. Oh, I guess the delays are over. What else do we want to check on here? I guess we can do some asserts on this thing. So in GTFS, the unwrap. The inform entities are supposed to be like the routes that are affected by the service alert. So we're expecting to see, I guess, the 4 and the 6 in there. Oh, is there a stop ID? That'd be so cool if they gave this to us. But historically, they haven't. Although I guess this is going to affect, yeah, basically all stations, all southbound stations. So I'm expecting that to be nil, yeah. And then what is on here? I guess a route in a direction. kind of route was it? Oh, one of my routes. Okay. No? You don't want to compile either? Come on, autocomplete. Yeah, capital dot A. Why don't you want to autocomplete? Why are you giving me a red squiggle? Oh, cannot find in scope. Okay, fine. Still the build fail. To string. Oh, these are strings? No. Really? This has route. It's an underway route. What do you mean? Cannot convert to expected argument type string. This isn't a string. These are equatable, right? They're hashable, which implies equatable, right? Well, comparable, yeah, implies equatable. Okay, so we definitely have equatable. Why are these not equating? Why does it think it's a string? Why are you build failing me? I don't think you should be failing because you're not a string. Neither of these are strings. They're both underway routes. Okay, well if they were a string, we just do the empty string. This thinks this is a string also? No. Oh, because I have assert nil, not assert equal. Oh my god. Okay. On a scale of 1 to 10, that would do it. There we go. Oh, it's actually no direction? They're just doing delays. So it says southbound 4 trains, but they're just saying no direction. Cool. So I guess we can perhaps assert on the agency and the priority, and then that's kind of everything for this one. Hey, BitSpectre, welcome back. Yeah, making some tests around the parsing so we can feel confident moving forward. And we'll do the same test for the second one. And I'm expecting this one to fail and the rest of them to stay passing. Yep, so this is the 6th train, kind of as implied by the title. I wonder what the last one is, though, since I guess we can see that there's 3 of them. So let's just see what happens. Oh, we actually do get a station. Oh, right, these are strings. Okay, but that's one of my favorite things about Swift that I believe Kotlin does not have. So you'll see here conflicting arguments to generic parameter t, GTFS stop ID versus int. So 635 is clearly an int, and GTFS stop ID, that's a type, GTFS stop ID. And then you saw I made it a string and the error went away. And that is because GTFS stop ID conforms to expressible by string literal. So Swift knows to use one of these constructors to construct a GTFS stop ID when it's expected. And I think that is really cool. And it's actually the same thing I'm doing here. MTA map location ID is an integer. And so Swift knows because Swift knows to create one from an integer because MTA map location.id conforms to, I'm using this tagged business, but essentially it is I believe the protocol is expressible by integer literal or numeric literal or something like that. Which I guess I'm using this the tagged thing for. So yeah, I don't think Kotlin has that. You'd have to sort of explicitly wrap this as a GTFS stop ID in Kotlin. And you can see that. So you can hit Command U to run all the tests. See that that's the same. But who wants to write this out when you know what it is? Just want to say, is it 635, which is, of course, Union Square, just because I've been doing this so long. Have some of the numbers memorized for, I guess, the bigger stops like Union Square. Request a song. Okay. You can put in a song request. We'll do a little play next. Because all you do is win. Sometimes my tests fail. What's that called? Delayed winning. Okay, so we did it. So there's 29 of these alerts going on right now. We did a pretty extensive test on the first one. Oh, actually, are there more fields we can assert on? There is. There's a title and a body. Oh, we have the title. And what else was on there? Included in count. Yeah, because we show a little counter on the main screen. So that's nice too, because not everything needs to be shown in that count. I'll just guess true for that one. Title body. I guess we can look at the created and updated. I guess the date message is and the ID are the more interesting ones. It's nil. There's nil body. There's nil date message. Fascinating. Is that true? But you can see I'm doing the same thing here with the expressible by string literal. I think that feature is so cool. And Kotlin doesn't have it. I was not expecting this to be nil, I'll tell you that. DJ Khaled. And they stay there. I need a way to make dates. No exact calls to initializer. I think I have that date somewhere. Let's see, where's foundation? Here we go. Known format. It's not equal to nil. Both of these failed. Why does it say nil? Thought I was copying the date. Yeah, now it says not equal to nil. Matter what? Oh, this is the time zone. Okay, so maybe it failed. There we go. There we go. Whew. Yeah, I made this format so I could just copy paste from the Swift test output. Hence the name Swift test output. Hands go up. Well, thanks for the song request. That was a fun one. Should we do an assert on another alert? Probably. Gotta keep winning. Let's see what the titles are so we can pick a good one. Oh, thanks so much, dude. Just cheered 50 smackers. Thank you, dude. Last two times you tipped bits, I wasn't in a face mode, so now you can see my face smiling with the bits. It is very much appreciated. Maybe I should filter by the reason. Those are maybe a little bit easier to pick out a good one from. Oh, but then I need the ID. Oh, I guess the second one looks pretty good. Station skipped. Reduce service, that also looks interesting. Should I move this into its own function just to like keep the scope? Probably. Do we have a before all? Like, we have set up. Is that going to run before each single everyone? Provides the opportunity to reset state asynchronously before calling each test method. I mean, I just don't want to, I don't need to parse these 100 times. I just need to parse them once. Before each method. Is there like a setup before all? Oh, wow. Objective C. Hello. And they stay there. So there is a class one. Before the class begins to run any of its test methods or their associated per instance setup method. Yes, this is the one that I want to override. How do I override this? So we'll turn off this print and we'll make another. Just want to see how many times we get this to print out. Make sure it happens only once. Yeah, I only see it once. That's cool. I guess it is static though. I guess we can make the alerts like static or something. Oh, but then we need asynchronicity. Can we async throws in here? Does not override any method from a superclass. Yeah. I know. Okay, so instead of doing multiple test methods, I'll just do just regular methods, just so we can kind of group things together. First alert. Something like that. Oh, I guess we are going to want come on, get out and push. We do want the file and line number. Actually, maybe I don't need this. What happens if... Yeah, let's just comment this out for now. What happens if I call that? Call can throw, sure. And then let's make something fail. Let's set this to 4 instead of 3 and see what happens. So did I get a line number where it failed? Okay, cool. That's perfect. Yeah, because having all this, like, having all of this in one scope is going to cause errors. It's just going to be harder to keep track of where I am. Cool, so let's define this method. And what do we want to assert? I guess let's start with the stuff at the top. And how can I do this all at once? Well, these we can do column, and these we can do column. Oops. And yeah, I should do that for this as well. Yeah, that looks nicer. And let's see what we get. All kinds of erroneous errors. Station skipped. Yep, that's expected. I guess 17 is higher priority than just delays. And of course, we have a different title. And Brooklyn, Queens, Brown, F and G trains. Oh, this is not equal to. Okay. Fort Hamilton Parkway. We actually have a body now. BitSpectre says, what's a couple super easy app ideas that would be good ones to learn on? To learn on. I mean, I guess a to-do app is a classic one. But then you're kind of studying how to do to-dos, which is perhaps useful. Because I guess that teaches you databases, and that teaches you table views. Twitter clients used to be cool, but then the Twitter API like costs money now or something. A weather app, because you had kind of get free weather data from Apple Weather. That could be cool. And that is on my radar of, that's on our radar. Spouse B hates the new Apple Weather. She really liked Dark Sky, and that has been eaten up by Apple, so it is no more. So which one is right? I guess this one. What does she hate about it? It's just not as, I guess, just the data formatting. I mean, I guess we're both kind of big on how the data presentation looks, and I think it's probably fine for most people. I mean, I think Apple's pretty good at doing something that works for a lot of people, just not perfect for the nitpicky ones, is perhaps what some might call it. Let's see if I can give an example here. It's just hard to like, I guess in particular, like this view, the it's like, it's not so precise. It's hard to like see where the lines are and everything. And in Dark Sky, it was a little easier to see like what was happening in the day. And the way that Apple does it now is just a little bit more, doesn't feel as precise. So I think she has designs in her head for a new weather app. I said, you know, give me the designs, I'll make it. And that hasn't happened yet. So I haven't made it yet. Oh, and one field that we forgot to do was the active periods. Does she code too? She does design, yeah. And you don't have your own studio? Sorry, I'm not sure what you mean by that. We have worked on clients before together, yeah. It's not currently a direction she wants to go in at the moment. She was designing one of the first apps we were working on stream like a long time ago for tracking, what was it, prescriptions or no, it was symptoms. Because as we get older, we notice different things going on and we want to like just notate like when something is flaring up and when something's down because the calendar isn't quite the right tool for that. But then she moved on to other things and that app never quite got finished. Again, kind of bumping into sync, which is why I'm so excited for Bruce Leaf's app state because it manages iCloud sync, but it's only for small amounts of data. So I'm hoping that soon he makes it so we can do kind of a whole database worth of data. I mean, so I guess that kind of answers your question of what would be a good app to start with. I guess something that you already know about, make an app for. Because like I guess for like a to-do app, for example, you kind of have to have opinions on what to-dos should look like, or have a clear idea of what they are to you. Um, I think my first published app was a cooking timer because I was at the time I lived by an excellent butcher and was making a lot of steak. So having a better timer than the default Apple timer was a lot of fun. And let's see what we get. Then are these going to be the same date or different dates? Looks like it's a slightly different date. Yeah, it would have been cool to like make apps for clients. Um, I mean, whatever pays the bills, I'm still open to that, and I think that could be an incredible amount of fun. Haven't met the right client yet. Slash, she's focusing on other things right now. Um, oh, is this just nil? Oh, so they'd say that the delay started at this time and we don't have an end time in mind? Is that what that means? Yeah, I guess you kind of have to choose like what you want to promote. Like I could promote my freelancing. I could promote, our studio. And they're out there. They both have websites up. If anyone needs that, like I'm here. But I guess I'm focusing on promoting the app as the app, and I'm focusing on promoting my stream as the stream. Uh, Promoting way too many things got way too overwhelming. Because if I actually did want to run a studio, I would need to find people to hire, uh, get HR and stuff, and I could do that, but it's a what's that called, chicken and egg thing. I've seen too many shops just close because they run out of clients. Like they have a big client, so they hire 50 people. Clients over, they lay off 50 people. It's like that's not fun. That's not that's not a life I want to be a part of. Like laying off people because I can't find clients. Like, do I want to find clients or do I want to find customers to use the app and folks to hang out with on stream? It's like, well, that's kind of where my focus is right now. What sounds boring? Which part? I listed a couple different things there. Getting HR and running a business versus making stuff. Yeah. I mean, hopefully Underway starts making enough money that I can hire people for it. And that can happen, slightly more organically because I work on this a little bit during the week and a little bit here on the weekend. And it's still growing. It covers its server costs as far as revenue goes, but not enough to actually quit my job yet, which is the goal. The goal is to be able to make stuff full time. So I guess there's going to be 5 of these. So this is the F, and this is... They're otherwise the same. That's fascinating. So I'm going to go ahead that this is going to be the G train. And then I'm not sure what the other ones are going to be. Perhaps these stations. Then I guess we have the 4th and 5th ones. So I guess to go back to your question of what's a good app to start with, what are some things that you do know about that you think could use an app? And I think the other reason for kind of exploring that is that when you already know something already, you kind of have perhaps something to say about it already. And that will, I guess, help with the motivation of actually completing something. Wait, what? Why did these pass? Why did this pass? I was not expecting that to pass. So they just list that station 3 times? I know nothing. I mean, I do know a little bit about you, but I guess not too much. I mean, I could share some guesses, but oh, I see what I did wrong. Oh my god. Okay. Oh good. I'm so glad. There we go. Cool. So you have 2 nice big chunky tests for the service alerts for testing basically all the fields. I don't know if I need to build another one. I mean, we could. Just to start to get diminishing returns. I'm not doing any asserts on here. Wow. I probably should. Well, we can commit what we have so far. Wow. Oh, because I guess we rearranged the samples. I guess that makes sense. I guess I should run it from the command line too. Just in case. Cool. Move samples out of binary. So sad. Service alert tests. Yeah, we should put some some more detailed tests here. Make some equal assertions. I forget what these look like. Are these strings? I'll let the compiler tell me. It is a string. Okay, what else you got? let's see. So I know this is an escalator because it says ES instead of EL. Are these allowed to be nil? Well, it's not. It is this. Okay, what else? What else can we assert on this thing? Outage date. Is there a short description? Yeah. Reason. Was it affected routes? Okay, let's see how far this gets us. Should see some red. There we go. Long description. Short description. Maintenance is the reason. Okay. A, B, C, and D. Test failed. Oh, because I have an extra paren. Okay, was there more stuff that we need to, or that we can assert on? So we did alternative. We did reason, short description. 1, 2. Let's just go to it and count them. What are these things called anyway? Underway ENE alert. And what do those have on them? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 things. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And this will be the 10th thing. Let's guess 3. I know it's going to be wrong. $257. Cool. Guess it would be nice to find one with an alternative, and then also kind of do that one. Let's see, how can you find that? Oh, I guess we have to say, and then we just want to print, I guess, or I guess we return a string and print those. And then let's just run the test to see if we can find something with an alternative. That's a big one. What's this, number 101? And then these will all not match, but that's okay. Just want to kind of spot check a few of these. BitSpectre says, are you making a cartoon? No. I have ideas that are visual sometimes. And I, don't know what to do with them. So I tried writing it into the Discord ideas section. Because, why not write them down? Oh, good. We get an elevator. This one's been out since 2021. That's amazing. Oh, wait. Is that... Maybe that was the previous one. Oh, 430. They've been both been out for a long time. Are these ever coming back? That's the long description. It's been out for inspection since 2021. Team, please just look at it. J and M. Why is it out for inspection for years? That is very silly. The other one was out for maintenance. Like, that's not maintenance either. That is broken. What does out for inspection mean? I would love to know. I don't know. That's just what that's what they report. It's out for inspection. This one said it was out for maintenance. I guess we could look at reason. Look at all the reasons. Maintenance inspection, under investigation, capital replacement, under investigation. I guess this one's just inspection, repair. See, oh, they're actually going to fix this one. Repair. Station is under rehabilitation is the reason that it's out. Like, this station is not here right now, so don't worry about the escalator. Planned work. I mean, I don't I don't know what these are supposed to. Oh, warranty repair. It's information that the MTA offers, so I say, why not send it on through? Perhaps it's a little useless. I mean, it's just going to be back whenever it's back. Like, they can't even inspect it in under a year. like, out for inspection since. Oh, they. The estimated fix date was also was like June 23rd. Out since June 22nd, 2021. Estimated fix date June 23. Oh man. I don't know. I know there's a lot of people working very hard there, and I know that there's a lot of complaints that people have, and uh, I'm I'm just here in the middle trying to make an app so that people can navigate what's going on, I guess. Um, I guess I like to say, like, ideally, I wouldn't need to make this app because the trains would just come every 2 minutes, every 5 minutes, and you would just not need an app. You just have a handy map, like in your photos album or something. But as it is, there's a lot of stuff going on, so I do my best to give you, the rider, the information to make the best decisions you can while underground. Other apps try to tell you what to do. I'm trying to give you the information to make your own decisions. Cool. Here I am on the command line. Uh, like some nerd who codes for fun. Let's see, added ENE parsing tests. Just having some fun. Just having a spot of fun. So this worked. Does that mean this is ready to go live? Definitely not. Oh, I know what the next. So yeah, so going to our to-do list. Where is the to-do list? Yeah, so this is so this might be done, the kitchen CLI rewrite, but I won't know for sure until I fix my CI. So that's perhaps the next most important thing. Oh man, I'm tired. I don't think I'm gonna start a new task right now. Oh, but maybe I will. I guess it's try to fix CI or look at beavers. Or I mean we could also do the reading. We haven't done the reading yet. Yeah, because I guess the idea is that I'll fix CI and then I can drop this in, drop the rewrite in to see if that still passes, and then I'll know that this is ready to go to production and I can delete all the old code. And in doing so, we'll probably reveal anything else that needs to get fixed. GitLab CI. Do I have secrets in here? I don't think I do, but let me check real quick. Yeah, seems innocuous. Okay, so the part that's failing is... So I guess as you can see, I've got a ton of targets that I want to build on CI. And let's see, where is... Yeah, so this is the one that's currently broken. And I'm not exactly sure why either. But I guess I build the containers and push them. And then I want to verify them, just like make sure that... I guess I kind of run each container once, like each of the fetches, each of the transforms. And then I want to verify that like I got the expected output, so I know that, you know, nothing broke, which is slightly different from running the unit tests, because this will actually set up a Docker network and actually run them as Docker containers. It's supposed to match the production environment a little bit more closely. I am running Kubernetes in prod, so it's not exactly the same thing, but it's a lot closer. Let's see, where am I logged into GitLab? Is it here? Okay, let's do the signing of the in. Okay, GitLab. And then let's look at the pipelines. Look at all these failures. And then where are the test failures? Oh, build containers failed? Okay. I think I can show this. Access denied for pushing to Docker. What? So run Docker build. No, this is going to be like sensitive stuff all day, every day. Because I log in, so I don't know. I guess I'll have to look at this off stream. But it is worse than previously anticipated. Before I was able to build all of the containers, and now it is not. Okay. Where is iBooks? we're all pushed. Yep. Success. So this is The Creative Act by Rick Rubin. It's been a life-changing book for me, and each stream I like to read a little bit through it for my own benefit and perhaps yours as well. This section is named Success. He writes, "How shall we measure success? It isn't popularity, money, or critical esteem. Success occurs in the privacy of the soul. It comes in the moment you decide to release the work, before exposure to a single opinion. When you've done all you can to bring out the work's greatest potential, when you're pleased and ready to let go. Success has nothing to do with variables outside yourself." And yeah, I guess stopping right here to comment a little bit. Yeah. Yeah, I feel like my happiest moments, perhaps. Let's say I really like it when I already know that I'm doing well, and all I have to do is just keep going. That's what feels really good. When I feel like I'm already unsuccessful and I'm trying to become successful, that feels like such a drowning. And I guess choosing to live artistically, choosing to create myself, it's like I already know that I am winning. I already know that I'm succeeding. So I really appreciate this framing. Let's continue. He continues to write, "To move forward is an aspect of success. This happens when we finish a work, share it, and begin a new project. Whatever comes after this feeling of accomplishment is subject to market conditions. Conditions beyond us. Our calling is to make beautiful works to the best of our ability. Sometimes they'll be applauded or rewarded, sometimes not. If we second guess our inner knowing to attempt to predict what others may like, our best work will never appear." Yeah, taking a pause here. If we second guess our inner knowing to attempt to predict what others may like, our best work will never appear. Yeah, because then you're making for someone else's taste and not your own, and the point of making art is your own expression, to discover your own expression. So that feels poignant. That feels sharp. So he starts a new section. Popular success is a poor barometer of work and worth. I guess there's a lot of artists of old who got famous way after they died. And even Leonardo da Vinci, if you look at his popularity, he was much less popular than Raphael for at least while they were alive and for several hundred years after. So yeah, popular success is a poor barometer of work and worth. In order for a work to connect commercially, stars must align and none of them relate to how good the project is. I guess I have like one nitpick with that. I guess of like kind of being in the zeitgeist, like knowing what's happening and being able to speak to that seems important. Like the timing, like, yeah, I guess that's lucky. Or it could be very well planned. But yeah, I don't think that it has to connect commercially for it to be good. I think I agree with that part. So yeah, let's read this. Popular success is a poor barometer of work and worth. In order for a work to connect commercially, stars must align. None of them relate to how good the project is. It might be the timing, the distribution mechanism, the mood of the culture, or a connection to current events. Because I guess if you're trying to talk to the whole world, then like you kind of have to take these into account. If a global catastrophe happens on the same day a project comes out, a project might be overshadowed. What's his name? George Michael tells a story about this. He had 2 number 1 hits so far. I forget the year, but he said, "Oh man, I've got my 3rd number 1 hit." It was the Last Christmas song. He's like, oh, "I know this one's going to be good." But the very same year, they had it was like some feel-good song with like all these famous people in it, including George Michael. And that song got number 1 that Christmas, not his. His got to number 2. So not so much a global catastrophe, but just, you have a hit on your hands, but it doesn't get number 1. Of course, since his death, it has hit number 1. But anyway, so if a global catastrophe happens on the same day a project comes out, the project might be overshadowed. If you've made a stylistic change, your fans may not be initially receptive to it. If a highly anticipated work by another artist is released on the same day, your project may not land with the same impact. Most variables are completely out of our control, and the only ones we can control are doing our best work, sharing it, and starting the next and not looking back. Yeah, I guess as he kind of expands on it, I hear what he's saying a lot more. Like, if a highly anticipated work is released on the very same day, like that George Michael story, actually, like, it's just not going to have the same impact. Next session. It's not uncommon to long for outward success. Hopeful it will fill a void inside ourselves. Some imagine achievement as a remedy to fix or heal a sense of not being enough. Artists who work diligently to accomplish this are rarely prepared for the reality of it. Most aspects of popularity are not as advertised, and the artist is often just as empty as they were before, and probably more so. Yeah, I mean, that's true. In my my emotional journey, success has to come from within, which is really what he starts off with. Success occurs in the privacy of the soul, and I have already achieved success. Yeah, if you're trying to fill your emotional voids by something external, that tends to not work out. Some say not healthy. I don't know if I would go that far. Because it can help you get to a deeper place, but it might not. But that's about emotions. Here we're talking about art. Artists, he writes, artists who work diligently to accomplish this are rarely prepared for the reality of it. Most aspects of popularity are not as advertised, and the artist is often just as empty as they were before, probably more so. If you are living in the belief that success will cure your pain, when the treatment comes and doesn't work, it can lead to hopelessness. Yeah, exactly. A depression can accompany the realization that what you spent most of your life chasing hasn't fixed your insecurities and vulnerabilities. Yeah, exactly. There's emotional work to do, which may be a part of your artwork or it might not be. More likely, with the stakes and consequences now higher, it has only amplified the pressure. We are never taught how to handle this epic disappointment. A loyal audience can begin to feel like a prison. A musician might begin working in a particular genre because it's the one they love, and might achieve great success with it. If their taste changes, they may feel chained to the old way because they are now managers, publicists, agents, assistants, and others who have a stake in their commercial success. On a personal level, they may even tie their own identity to the style of work they've inhabited in the past. Yeah, in some ways, I kind of regret the name full queue developer, like putting developer at the end there, because people expect me to do development stuff. But I guess that's also true. It's kind of also been a helpful guidepost, as that is still the art form that I have that I'm still exploring, honestly. So he continues to write, whenever an instinct toward movement and evolution arises, it's wise to listen to it. The alternative, being trapped by a fear of losing ground, is a dead end. You may lose your enjoyment and belief in the work because it's no longer true to you. As a result, the work may ring hollow and fail to engage the audience anyway. Consider that it might not have been your initial style that attracted success, but your personal passion within it. So if your passion changes course, follow it. Your trust in your instincts and excitement are what resonates with others. That's pretty heartwarming, because I hope that that's true of me, that my excitement for coding is what comes across. My excitement for giving people a good Subway app is what comes across. But yeah, if I have to move out of New York and build another app, I hope that, I'll still be excited to make something. And I think that possibility is kind of what made me try to explore building other apps. But Underwaste has a loyal following, and there's more to say in Underway. So my instincts are telling me to stick with it right now, is my understanding. Let's continue reading. The same outcome can be viewed as a great success or a terrible failure, depending on the perspective. This perception can have a momentum that's carried forth through the writer's career. Being labeled a failure with a work that was successful by most other metrics can make moving forward that much more difficult to navigate. This is why it's grounding to protect your personal understanding of success, to make each new work, no matter where you stand on the ladder of public perception, like you have nothing to lose. I'm going to read that last part again. This is why it's grounding to protect your personal understanding of success, to make each new work, no matter where you stand on the ladder of public perception, like you have nothing to use. And to make each new work like you have nothing to lose. What about app updates? I mean, that kind of breaks his don't look back admonition. Doing our best work, sharing it, starting the next. It's like each app update. Like, it's not a fully new app each time. It's a progression. If Underway was not a commercial success, and I guess it's currently not either. I mean, it's successful in that it's paying its own bills, but it's not successful as in paying my bills. If it were not successful at all, would I still be working on it? I don't know. And I think that's why I kind of took a break from it last year. Like I was mostly focusing on promoting it, and I didn't really add any new features. So I'm pretty confident in coming back to Underway. Like this was a lot of fun today. I've been having fun. Yeah, this year I'm working on Underway on Sundays, and it's been fun for me. So I don't know why I'm taunting myself with that question. I guess the stream is not a financial success, but it is a fun success. Like I have fun streaming, and there are folks that stop by who I deeply appreciate. Okay, well I suppose that's it for today. During the week, I stream every day from 10 to 4, a work with me stream. I show my scenery videos and we chat and listen to music. Sunday is my face day where I work on Underway. Uh, and you can find out all about me at fullqdeveloper.com. But more importantly, please join the Discord. I have a lot of fun in there trying to build a community. Yeah, I love making stuff. I've been programming since I was 13. Wow. And making websites before that. So, yeah, I've been doing this a while. I love making stuff. And I hope that this inspires your creative journey as well. Have a great night, and I'll see you tomorrow at 10 a.m. NYC time.